Usually this time of the year, families would have enough food to sustain them through to the next season. But with the situation that we're experiencing in Zambia right now, it has hit the rural areas so badly that people do not have enough food, and some families no food at all and rely on other people helping them out. So now, experiencing a drought as much as we have experienced this time, that's last year through to this year, it hasn't been easy at all. It's a situation where people were ready to plant and planted their seed because they saw the first rain, but then afterwards it did not rain anymore. So most parts of Zambia have been affected, and because of that, most people in the rural areas especially are the ones who've been affected by the drought. So because the rural areas are the ones that have been hit the most, and the population in the rural areas of children is much higher than anywhere else in the country. So you have children with hunger issues, you have people begging for food, you have parents struggling to feed their families. It's something hard to see or witness, especially that in the past it hasn't been this way. The rain season in Zambia is the longest season we have. So you can imagine what you can do with that much rain. We experience rain maybe 5 months, and there's a lot that people can do. So even in the rural areas, as much as people do not have enough financially, they somehow have something that will allow them to plant. And when they plant, that will carry them through to the next season. By the time they're harvesting, they have something during the rain season to feed themselves, to feed their families, their children. And then after that, you're harvesting and still you have food. But a situation where there is no rain and there's just a drought, it's kind of an emergency, it's an urgency, and that's really a bad situation.
We started in 2019 with Kim. We started about 7 people at Shingoma village. Until we extend now, we went to Mobe, Nanduva, Shamikobo, and Mwanamainda, Chingangauka, and Kasengo. Every month we go there and give some food. Right now, the rain is not raining quite okay. So the people, they are starving too much. Some, they are from 80 kilometers. So they camp here. We give them the food after they work for 12 days.
So right here in Zambia, we are managing a program called Food for Work. So Food for Work program is a program where people that are in need come to work for food. So someone may be wondering, why don't you give these people money? So we have situations whereby, when people work and you give them money, there are people that, are drunkards and, they have a family. And when they get money, they can actually spend that money on beer rather than spending it on food, and the family keeps on suffering. And mostly the ones that are affected is children and as well as women. So a Food for Work program secures food for families where when a family member works, it may be the father or the mother, and you give them a bag of maize, like what we do where they work for 11 days, equivalent to the value of the maize, you give them maize after they have accomplished the days, and straight away they go and take that food home. So it is more safe to help families have access to food on a daily basis rather than entrusting them with money. So you find that money is very easy to misuse compared to the currency of food. So this has been working out very well, and it has helped quite a number of families. Like right now, We have got 3 centers, and the center which I am right now, which is Organic Farm 7, we have 50 families that are benefiting from the Food for Work program. And with a scarcity of maize, with a scarcity of midi meal, these families can easily have access to the staple food called shima in Zambia by working for food. So this has been a huge blessing to so many families. It has been a huge blessing to Organic Farm 7, and it is also very easy to share the gospel and the love of God to these people by giving them food on a monthly basis.
Kuliko kuno kwasinchuka village wakalumba maningi ambao kuti nzaleli mpati maningi mujesi. So jagwaya ku bantu bangu ba mu community tikababereka muno. So bonse balachita benefit kwenda ku organic farm kuno. So balabereka after 12 days ulahola kasaga kamapoga. I think so kukulumba kwa suba community tuwana sinchuka.
Programu yatugwasha ya mapoga maningi kamba kuzoji ndicho yakabola tokala uyumu wokuti amwezi tokali kukwanika kulikula masaka utatu na 4 abusu ponya kuzoji ndeji chotokatalika kubereka mu organic papasuluka ba maningi ali mutula lumba iya maningi kuti programu kaijia kumpera akamboka kuti uyu mumbo twalijesi at least tokwania kukubalansa kwina mbotokali kede.
We've had the privilege of being able to go out with Bornface and the cross-culture team into the community around Riverside. It's been such a blessing for us to be able to go out and just see the joy and the happiness and the smiles on people's faces when we're able to give them the food the cross-culture team is providing for them and their families to live on. It's a blessing to be able to see the way that God works and the way that God is blessing each one of them and blessing the cross-culture team to be able to give as well. This initiative is having a great impact on the community, and it's awesome to see.
I've also had the opportunity and the blessing to work alongside Mr. Bornface and the cross-culture team, and we've been administering aid and been giving out supplies to the community out here due to there has been a drought throughout Zambia, and people have not been able to produce vegetables and maize for themselves. So it's been a true blessing being able to go out and help them out in times where they're so desperately needed. And we are also very appreciative of the money and financial support you've given to the Cross Culture Foundation. And it's a great way to minister to others. And as we are ministering with our deeds, then we may also minister with our words and of course draw people nearer to the love which only Christ and God can offer.